I'm Chris Maru, bringing you the Texas Monitor Week in Review. As Texans, we're proud of our state history. That's why retired high school principal Ray Myers wanted to participate in the reimagined Alamo Project, an ambitious plan to renovate the state's iconic landmark in San Antonio. He asked to be on the planning committee and spoke to George P. Bush, the commissioner of the Texas General Land Office. Bush's office is spearheading the Alamo Project, and he agreed with Myers about the need for more Texans on the committee. Soon after, Bush's political director called Myers back and offered him a board position. The catch? Well, they wanted to see $250,000 to sit on the board. Myers believes the price tag is intended to keep ordinary Texans away from the board itself. And this is not the first time the $400 million project has come under fire. Bush's office took control of the Alamo from the Daughters of the Republic of Texas. The Daughters then sued his office, alleging that his agency seized artifacts and locked them out of their own library. The land office settled, paying them $200,000 in legal fees. The chief operating officer of Alamo Complex Management resigned after using an official credit card at Hooters and for buying gifts for a Spurs player and a Belgian princess. Bush's handling of the project is raising eyebrows at historical groups across the state. In 2015, he promised to turn the Alamo into a fundraising powerhouse. That's not how most people think of it. 2 years later, only $50,000 sits in the foundation account, while the state spent more than $6 million on consultants. Texas historian Richard Range would also like to know where the money is going, noting that Bush heads both the General Land Office and the private Alamo Endowment. Range says he is in effect signing contracts with himself, which is illegal or unethical. Houston is no stranger to traffic, but a controversial transportation project is now $31 million over its original budget. The project would add bus lanes to one of the city's wealthiest streets, Uptown's Post Oak Boulevard. It's meant to transform the area, but local residents and businesses aren't on board. Some businesses will lose their parking from the boulevard's expansion, and several longtime Houston officials believe the effort will increase traffic in the already busy area. It's quite close to the Galleria. 3 years ago, the price tag was $196 million. At a meeting last month, the city's Transportation Policy Council requested an additional $31 million. Uptown officials described the new cost as minor. Uptown President John Breeding told the Texas Monitor the project was on budget and fully funded. But former Kemah Mayor Bill King called the project a boondoggle. While many Houston neighborhoods still need flood control projects to protect their homes, King said the city is spending millions of taxpayer dollars to benefit its wealthiest real estate. When will Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton go to trial? Well, thanks to his prosecutors, there is still no answer to that question. Paxton's trial was postponed for the third time after a Harris County judge sided with prosecutors on Wednesday over their complaints about pay. His trial for securities fraud was initially set for December 11th, but now it's unlikely the state's most powerful lawyer will be tried until next March. When invoices from the special prosecutors reached $575,000, the Collin County Commissioner's Court, which was supposed to pay all of them, refused to do so. Since then, the prosecutors said they cut back on preparation for the case. They will need many more hours to get ready, but they must be paid for it. The current charges against Paxton accuse him of misleading investors in a company from before his time as Attorney General of the state of Texas. But the beleaguered official is now under investigation for his actions as Attorney General. Kaufman County District Attorney Early Wiley told the Dallas Morning News on Thursday that she was probing Paxton for state bribery. Wiley said Paxton accepted a $100,000 gift from a CEO whose company was being investigated for fraud. Paxton's attorneys acknowledged the gift but denied any wrongdoing. For more government accountability news around the state, go to texasmonitor.org. You can also follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/The Texas Monitor and on Twitter @The Texas Monitor. I'm Chris Maru.